So come with me as I attempt to do peanut butter and jelly jello. Now this is my recipe. It looks pretty bad. I'm gonna sit down, rewrite it, and because I don't do it exactly like the recipe calls for, I do it the simple way or my simple way. Because my children like it whether I separate the peanut butter and the jelly part or if I just mix it all together. They eat it either way, so I'm just going to mix it all together and save myself some time and steps.
Welcome back to Ellie's Fun Life. And I'm sorry, this angle is absolutely terrible. I was watching it over and I was like, the angle is bad, the time lapse, I'm like moving. Anyway, I was, as you can see, I was picking at my face because I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, and I ended up doubling this batch. And this is all the ingredients I used. It is very delicious. I did not think it would be as good as it is. I was introduced to this back when I had my fourth child, no, fifth child. Someone from church brought a meal and they brought peanut butter and Jello. And I was like, this has gotta taste funky, but it actually tastes really good. I think you either love it or you hate it. I'm just dumping ingredients in here. I ended up asking the lady for the recipe, and she gave me a recipe, and it got wet and whatnot. So I needed to redo it, and she would have brought it with like a jelly layer and then a peanut butter layer. So the one would look clearer and the other would look uh, solid color. Now, that would have taken way longer because you would have to let the first layer set before you incorporate the second. Here, I am doing what they call blooming your Jello, which this is what you would do if you were not doing, if you were doing regular Jello from scratch, you would use gelatin and juice and just sprinkle it over and let it absorb. And after I'm done putting this in there, I wait, and not all of it dissolves because it was 12 tablespoons of gelatin. I use a whisk and whisk it up before I turn on the heat. Jello is one of those things that is very easy to make from scratch, I feel like. So no need, if you want to avoid dyes or extra sugar, definitely try making your own Jello. I did this video mostly in real time without speeding things up, just so you can get the feel of how long it would take to make your Jello. And here I'm whisking up that extra stuff before I turn on the heat. And since I don't feel like doing music, I'm just gonna chat with you. So this week has gone and went. I feel like I barely breathed, and Monday was just yesterday, and Friday came. So today I was making this Jello for the kids to have a snack, and also we are going to a family from church Sunday evening, and I'm supposed to bring a finger food, so I will be taking this. Also, I decided to rip some drywall off in our kitchen dining room. I don't know. Our kitchen is small, and then we have like a, I guess you would say, dining room, living room. I want to just call it the kitchen because it's a big room and most of the things feel like kitchen things, but we have goals to tear down drywall and expose the 1930s wood in this house, which I'm super excited about, and redo the kitchen. It is in desperate need of yeah, the countertop is rotting out. It is bad. So I've been kind of shifting things around, waiting until my husband is off of work, which I think we're going to do the end of this year or beginning of next, unless he gets it done in between. But for now, I'm just making do with what I have. I made a spice rack out of wood pallets this week to, yeah, my son said he misses the spice rack we had in PA, and I do too. It's so nice to have my spices there at the stove when I'm cooking. So I made a wood pallet one and I was very happy with it. I am learning to conquer my fears, I guess you would say. I do not like how most power tools feel, and I am sure the worst case scenario is going to happen. So this year I've been using a handsaw and things like that, which are, yeah, I'm getting more comfortable. So that's a plus. And I don't immediately think that my hand is going to fall off if I touch something, or I'm going to slip and my leg is going to be gone. If there's something that you don't feel comfortable with, just keep doing it. It'll probably get better. The more you do something, practice makes perfect, is what the saying used to be. I wouldn't say perfect, but it's definitely better. I will leave some things to my husband because I do not. I'm just not skilled in that area. I'll stay in the kitchen, but I will venture into other parts of life.
I have a plant update. I had this plant that I thought was dead twice, and it is now beautiful leaves and everything. I have a problem of overwatering my plants and then the roots rot. So I found if I water them every week, they usually rot out. So I have to forget about them for like 2 weeks and they thrive. We checked out a new park this week. If you notice a change in audio, that's because my mic went dead, and so I'm just using the regular one that comes with the phone, and it definitely picks up a lot more outside noise. We are enjoying co-op again. I homeschool year-round, so we can just have some free days when we need them. I find it a lot easier with keeping more of a routine schedule going throughout the year than taking 3 months off. I personally feel like it helps me not to feel burned out, or it allows me to take a week off if I need to, if I'm feeling burnt out or life gets busy. We are really enjoying co-op. We went to a custom home and toured that. That was very fascinating. I ordered more books. I thought I had most of what I need for the first semester, but homeschooling problems. I feel like this is my struggle anyway. I like a curriculum and then I want to buy the whole thing. And then I add in another curriculum and we end up with more science and history than we need throughout the year. I typically don't actually document everything we do for science and history. I just pick one curriculum that I log, and then the rest is just kind of extra. So I got science, the Apologia, and then we do Well-Trained Mind, the Story of the World for history. We do Matthew C for math, Logic of English for language arts. I've just found it to be the best curriculum for us. I've done some Good and the Beautiful in with Logic of English, but I feel like the curriculums that really do a good job at getting a lot of good information into a child is those that specifically make a curriculum for that type of, oh boy, what are my words? Subject. So like Matthew C., he's a math professor, I think, and he starts algebra at a very young age so that it's not a new concept when they get to algebra. And then logic of English is all about the English language, I guess you would say. And if you have children with speech issues, it is very good for that because it really talks about watching people's mouth and getting them to practice moving their mouth in a certain way to make certain sounds. Another thing that I found with children with speech issues is it's either like mouth problem, like it's either a tongue tie, a lip tie, maybe their teeth. But then if that is all cleared, it's usually they're not moving their mouth in the proper way they need to. And for my children, it has been a struggle for the letters that their tongue has to be behind their teeth, or their throat sounds is one that we usually work on. And I had one that I had taken to early intervention to get them evaluated, and they said they were good. I should just keep doing what I'm doing, and they really have to get pretty bad, I feel like, for early intervention to take over. And from my perspective, the best type of help you can give your child is by working with them, because even if you do qualify, they're only there for a certain amount of time and then they're gone. And if a parent doesn't work with them, I've seen it, if a parent is not faithful with doing what the speech therapist wants, the child does not do as good as when the parent is very initiative and supportive and takes the time to practice what the speech therapist has told them. Anyway, I don't know how I got on this topic, but anyway, we are here. I'm just trying to fill in, and I am chatting like I would with my sister if I was cooking with her. I love fall, but I'm not a decorator. And I choose to watch YouTube videos of people decorating their house for fall to fulfill my need of fall decorating, because I don't want to have to worry about cleaning around it or something falling off the shelf and breaking. But I love that people enjoy the festivity of holidays. So sometimes I find myself watching YouTube videos to fulfill that need or want. Christmas is the holiday I choose to decorate for, though. This is how they turned out, and I'm just sticking them in another container to store for Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, have a wonderful, blessed day.